Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Ncaa. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He'll pull it down. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure. He knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Pulls it in, it's Williams. Turning it on! It's a fumble! Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over. Give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps up.
Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Ncaa. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Motion from the wideout. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
It's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap-shot field goal of where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. 2nd down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. A long way to go on 4th and goal. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Bama!
Dude, from 4th and goal, backs against the wall, you don't want to give up points to. I'm putting points on the scoreboard. What a play by this defense. Nice break on the football, gets the pick, finds the green grass, and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. They'll run play action. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the two-point conversion attempt. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking for a crease. It's Peoples. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for you.
There he goes. No, he got it. He smashes his way through again. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver. And they execute.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Now the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Peoples. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Got it set up on the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. After the filthy move, he's got room. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. With the catch, it's Bernard. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To throw, it's Russell. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He had a chance to get rid of it and avoid the loss. Instead, the defense pushes him out of bounds for the loss.
Well, as a quarterback, you've got to know when the play is over, and you got to mitigate your losses. That time, he was just trying to do too much. He thought he was back in high school and everything was taken away. He could just pirouette, make a guy miss, and turn it into a home run. Nothing doing, and he takes a big loss on that one.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Looking to get it in. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering for the score. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Dropping back, it's Russell. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Fires on the move. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. This defense will try to keep everything in front. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense. And they'll try to tack on 2. Wide receiver going in motion.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 2-point conversion attempt is on the way.
Here we go.
Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Miller. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Grab near the marker. It's Adams. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Alabama! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll set up to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. He's got him. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
There he goes to the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
I don't know as a defense on 3rd down how you let that guy be wide open. You can let the tight end be wide open, maybe a running back leaks out. You're not letting one of the best wide receivers in all of college football be that scot-free. That was just way too easy for the offense.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big game. It makes life really easy on the 2nd down.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tate. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Fit it in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
That keeps the score Alabama 20, Ohio State 14.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Swings it out to his running back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Makes the catch. It's Williams. At the 45 on his way. He's loose on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a big play up top going 63 yards to the house. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Ncaa. Fires left. Got his man all by himself. Brings it in the open left. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Now from inside the red zone. Got his man. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Here comes the 2-point try. He's looking to throw. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Here comes that Alabama offense. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Got it behind the line. It's Williams.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver and scored.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Buys a little extra time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Right on the money. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big, deep shot for the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Rushes on him. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they...
you